fellow Forester fans, my name is Lily Evans, and today I will be interviewing Coach Cat about the upcoming game against University of Chicago. Is there anything specific to their playing style that you have to prepare for?
Yeah, defensively, they probably blitz more than anybody we've seen in conference this year, and so far, offense, being able to identify where the pressures and line stunts are coming from and seeing that quickly so we can react will be important. They're very long on the defensive line, a bunch of 6'3" guys that are all tall, and I don't think we've seen that all year across all four spots, and they're pretty big that way. Um, Offensively, they've kind of morphed as the year's gone on. Gotten into some more double tight end set stuff, which is something that really nobody in our league does except for us at Lake Forest. And so our defense has seen that in practice every day, but they haven't had it in a game yet. So those extra gaps and leverages are things they'll have to be prepared for, and it should be a challenge, but it should be something we can handle.
Is there anything defensively that you really want the team to improve on in this game?
I want them to shut the door early and play aggressive. They've done that most of the year. I think that our defense is really special. This is a defensive team that is so special because of the players that we have, but also the coaches that put the effort in over there with Coach Butts and Coach Wright and the rest of the guys. But the leadership of our team through the whole year has really come from our older guys on the defensive side, the emotion and the passion. So continuing to lead our team that way in this final game, I can't say enough about the leadership that's been done by three guys that are 2-year team captains, and Javen and Quinn, Justin Elby, and Alex Beller. I mean, those guys have been at the forefront of everything that we do, and they've developed guys behind them to take over when they leave. But I'm really looking for them to do that from the early part of the game on Saturday, and what will be, for those three guys, their final game on Farwell Field. So hopefully they can put a big stamp on that.
Offensively, is there any area you want to see improvement?
We got to start fast. I think that was one thing we didn't do this past week. We started kind of slow and trying to feel some things out, and we just need to go out there and be aggressive in our approach and take care of the football while doing that. But we really need to set the stage early in the game that we have the ability to move the football, sustain some drives, and score points. And I think that last week we were kind of feast and famine on offense a little bit, and I think that we have the ability to do those things, but we did not last week. And so this week we have to take that next step.
How are you preparing for this game coming from a close game last week?
Yeah, I think the emotional hangover from last week's game was pretty well put to bed by Tuesday's practice. We take Sundays totally off, and we've always told our guys, win or lose, you get 24 hours to focus on that game. And then on Monday, short of watching the film to correct the mistakes that were on there, it wasn't about belaboring the point of what happened last week. It was about moving forward and getting onto the University of Chicago and being prepared for them. Nothing we do in the Chicago game is going to help us go back and win the Monmouth game, and nothing that happened in the Monmouth game is going to determine whether or not we win the Chicago game. So, we have to learn from the bad execution at certain times and teach tape that comes from that. But I think that the most important thing was flushing that game and leaving that one in the past, and then working towards where we're going. If guys want to sit around and lament that in the off season and use that as motivation, that's on them. But to be honest with you, the focus for now has to just be on the University of Chicago because they're a very good football team. They're one that can beat us. They're a team that has, been some problems for us through the years, and so this is, we're on a bit of a good positive side against them the last couple times out. But I think it's important for our guys to be focused on that, not on anything from last week.
Overall, how do you think the season has been?
Yeah, it's been definite highs and lows. When you lose 2 games in conference for the first time in a while, it's really unexpected maybe, and a little bit tough because you had such an older team coming back. But the nice part is, like, as old as the team is that was here, we're still a really old senior team next year. And so I think that we are, we set some building blocks. There's some guys who really from year to, the 2021 season through the 2022 season, their increased production, their increased, impact on our games. I look at a guy like Trevor Land who had, I think, 6 catches all last year and is now in the top 10 in the conference and second in scoring in the conference. We were getting some guys back on the special teams late in the season, helped us in places. And so hopefully, we just use this as a building season, and we're not satisfied by any means. And I think that's the hard part is, I don't know that you're ever satisfied. I think coming out of the 2021 season, we have an undefeated season. I don't think we were, satisfied. And so I think that as we look at it as coaches and players, we're always looking to improve. That's that Kaizen mentality that we talk about. But I I do think that we have a lot to be proud of from this season, but I think we did come up short twice already. So we need to make sure that we've put that to bed, go get a victory on Saturday, and that'll help the season end on a positive note. But the 2 losses in Midwest Conference play this year, that's something that was something that we'll have to work through the offseason on.
All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you, Coach Cat.
Thank you.